The bigger fraction, 3/4 or 5/8.
Oh dear. Both the top numbers are different. Oh, but even worse, so are the bottom numbers. I need help.
Stand aside, maths man. Help is at hand. It's the fraction wall.
That's interesting. Look at the middle of the wall. 1/2 is the same as 2/4, which is the same as 4/8. Hey, just a second. Fantastic fractions, look at those numbers. 1/2 is the same as 2/4, which is the same as 4/8. All those fractions are exactly the same. Or we could say they are equivalent. Can you see a pattern in those numbers? There's one there somewhere. Anyway, back to my question. Would I rather have 3/4 of spicy pepperoni pizza or 5/8? Well, 5/8 is that much, and 3/4 is that much. And 3/4 of pizza is more than 5/8. Oh, so it has to be 3/4 every time.
That's right. And you can have some later. Let's move on. What is 3/8 of 16?
Well, 1/8 is smaller than 16, and 2/8 is a little bit bigger than that, isn't it? So 3/8 would be, well, you take away the...
Stop. Perhaps it would help if I turned the number 16 into something a little easier. Now, the best way of finding 3/8 of something is to find 1/8 first. Trust me, our wholeness is rarely wrong. Here's the top of the fraction wall. Now, split the 16 tomatoes into the little boxes.
There. So, 1/8 of 16 is 2, 2/8 of 16 must be 4, and 3/8 of 16 must be 6. So 3/8 of 16 equals 6.
Well done. There is another way of doing this. We could have split the 16 into 8 equal groups, like this.
Wait a minute. 16 split into 8 groups is the same as saying 16 divided by 8. So to find 1/8 of a number, you divide by 8.
Exactly. Come on, find the answers to these questions.
Come on, see if you can work them out as well.
Find 1/8 of 24.
1/8 of 24. That's 24 divided by 8, and 24 divided by 8 equals 3. So 1/8 of 24 is 3.
1/8 of 40.
1/8 of 40. That's 40 divided by 8, and 40 divided by 8 equals 5. So 1/8 of 40 is 5.
Well done, maths man. Both correct. Oh no, not again. Yes? What? The diddler? Where? A house? Children? Oh no.
What is it?
That dastardly diddliest diddler is up to some more of his diddling deeds down on planet Earth. Those children need a superhero. They need...
Maths man. I'm on me way.
How to make a birthday cake? It's supposed to be a surprise for Mum.
What are you two up to?
Quick, it's Mum. We must make sure she doesn't come into the kitchen. That was close. Back to the cake. You read out the recipe while I check the ingredients. Okay. 150 grams of flour. Yep. 2/8 of the margarine. Yep. 4/8 of the eggs. Here. 3 6/8 tablespoons of jam. Hang on a minute, some of these measurements sound a bit odd.
I don't know how to measure some of these fractions. What are we going to do?
What we need is another recipe.
No, what we need is...
Mathman!
Eat the bird!
Is there a plane?
No, it's Mathman. Ready to build and split whole numbers into parts of numbers other superheroes cannot reach. Greetings, Earth children. What seems to be the problem?
We're trying to make a cake, but we can't work out these measurements. They're in fractions.
Oh, right. I think I know what'll come in handy. Move to one side while I mind zap a fraction wall. Now, what were those measurements?
2/8 of the margarine.
2/8 of the margarine. Ah, look. 2/8 is the same as a quarter, which means you want a quarter of the margarine. To find a quarter of the margarine, we need to cut the margarine in half and then cut one of those halves in half again, like this. So now you have 1/4. Got that?
Yep.
Good. Now what do you need?
We need 4/8 of the eggs.
4/8 of the eggs. Back to the fraction wall. Look, 4/8 is the same as 2/4, which is the same as a half, which means you need a half of the eggs.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eggs. And we want half of them, which is 4.
Good. Any more fractions?
Yes, we need 3 6/8 tablespoons of jam.
You'll definitely need 3 whole tablespoons. But 6/8. Back to the fraction wall. Now then, 6/8. Look, that's the same as 3/4, which means you need 3/4 of a whole spoonful of jam. So, get a whole spoonful. That's it. Now take off 1/4. You need to go into the middle for a half and then find half of that half. And that leaves 3/4.
That looks about 3/4, don't you think, Mathman?
I think that looks just right. So now you can finish making your cake.
Thanks, Mathman. You're the best.
No problem. And remember, when you don't understand and you need a hand, who you gonna call?
Mathman.
Up and away! How did I do, Your Holiness?
You did well, Mathsman.
So do I get a medal?
You do. Well done, Mathsman. That's it for today.
Thanks, Your Holiness.
Excuse me? Yes, you out there. Before you complete your quarters and eighths course, here's a challenge. Remember when Mathsman found 1/4 of the margarine? He cut the whole piece in half and then in half again. So, can you think of a quick way of finding 1/4 of the number 60? Until next time, let the fraction force be with you. Bye.
More than half a man, it's not man.
Deep in space lies Superhero School. Its next student is boldly going to learn what no other superhero has learned before. Yes, this is the story of Maths Man.
More than half a man, it's Maths Man.
Oh, here I am, back in my learning pod. Hello. Today's a special day for me.
You're late, Maths Man. The first rule of being a superhero is punctuality. If you're going to save the universe, you need to be on time.
Apologies, Your Holiness. It's just that it's my birthday today.
Oh, congratulations. Can I ask how old you are?
Of course, but you'll have to work it out. See if you can work it out too. I'm a quarter of 80, and then you add 3.
You'll have to come up with something a little bit more difficult than that to catch me out, Maths Man. 1/4 of 80. That's 80 divided by 4 equals 20 plus 3 makes 23. So, happy 23rd birthday. Now, can we get on with the lesson? You're studying fractions, and today's lesson is fifths and tenths. Let the training commence. Zap me a shape. A trapezium. Interesting. Now, I want you to work out what fraction of the shape is coloured in.
Right. First my dividing line, and now for the bottom number. That's the denominator. I say the rhyme. Join in with me. How many equal parts can you find? Write this under the dividing line. Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts. So the 5 goes under the dividing line. And now for the top number. That's the numerator. How many parts do we want this time? Write this number above the line. That's the coloured parts, and there are 2 of them. So that's 2 out of the 5, which is 2/5.
Bravo, Maths Man. Now to move on to the next fraction.
Okay, I think I can take over now. I start with my dividing line, and now for the bottom number. Join in with me, fraction friends. How many equal parts can you find? Write this under the dividing line. Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now for the top number. How many parts do we want this time? Write this number above the line. Well, that's the green parts, and there are 1, 2, 3. So, that's 3 out of the 10, which is 3/10.
Excellent, Maths Man. That shape was split into 10 equal parts, called tenths. I think it's time for some dancing.
I hope you mean dancing shapes. Call out the fractions you see when the dancing stops.
1/10 and 9/10. 5/10 and 5/10. 3/10 and 7/10.
Hope you enjoyed that, Maths Man, because it's that time again.
What time again?
Fraction number line tightrope time again.
Oh no!
Oh yes, now off you go and watch those tenths drop.
1/10.
Boy, that dropped quickly. Does that mean that tenths are big or small fractions? I think I can guess what's coming next. See if you can call out the fractions.
2/10. 3/10. 4/10. 5/10.
5/10. This feels like halfway. So I wonder if there's another way of writing this fraction.
1/2.
Yeah, I was right. A half.
6/10. 7/10. 8/10. 9/10. 1.
And 1 is the same as 10/10.
Oh, well done, maths man. Oh, quick!
Don't tell me you're going to zap me back to the beginning to see the fifths drop.
I'd like to, but we haven't got time. My favourite quiz show is about to start. It's Find the Fraction.
Find the fraction.
Hi, Colin Cool's the name. Fractions are the game. On today's Find the Fraction. Okay, we have the blue, we have the red, and we have the questions. So let's play Find the Fraction. Now, the team that gets the most questions correct will go on to the Find the Fraction physical challenge. Look to your monitors. Question number 1. Which of these fractions is the smallest? Is it A, 4/10? Is it B, 2/5? Or is it C, 3/10? Make your choice and find the fraction. And time's up, and both teams have answered C. The correct answer is C! Give yourselves 2 points. Okay, now look to your monitors. Question number 2. This train has five carriages. What fraction of the train is still in the tunnel? Is it A, 4/5? Is it B, 3/5? Or C, 2/5? Make your choice, find the fraction. And time's up. And incredibly, both teams have answered C. The correct answer is C! Give yourselves 2 more points. Okay, look to your monitors. Question number 3. This tangerine has got 10 segments. It has been split into 2 parts. What fraction of the whole tangerine is on the plate? Is it A, 4/10? Is it B, 3/5? Or C, 6/10? Make your choice, find the fraction. And time's up. Now the blue team have answered B, but the red team have answered A. The correct answer is A! Give yourselves 2 more points. Now, this noise means we've run out of time. Let's count up the final scores. The blue team have got a wonderful 4, but the red team are this week's winners with 6 points. Come and join me for the Find the Fraction physical challenge.
Find the fraction physical challenge.
Now, Donovan, your job is to find the 5th blocks and the 10th blocks hidden within the balloons. And your job, Leanne, is to build a fraction wall with them. Can they do it? Let's find out as we find the fraction. Today, the red team are looking for 5 5th blocks and 10 10th blocks. Time's up! Come and join me. Didn't they build well? Let's have a look at your fraction wall. You have 5 5/5, and that makes 1 whole. And you also have 10 10ths. That makes 1 whole too. Congratulations! You've built the perfect 5th and 10th fraction wall. Sadly, we've run out of time. But never mind. We'll see you next week on Find the Fraction.
Phew, that was exciting.
I know, I was on the edge of my seat. But the excitement doesn't stop there, maths man. Harry Hanson's got a sport that's going to bowl us over.
Hello.
Welcome to Sports Stand with me, Sue Harker.
And me, Harry Henson.
Marvellous. What have you got for us this week, Harry?
Well, today, Sue, instead of looking at some champions of the past, we've got some possible champions of the future. This is Spectrum Bowling Alley in Guildford, where members of FAB are polishing up on their 10-pin bowling skills. And now the bit you've all been waiting for, the fractions.
Oh, not again.
Because, look closely, there are 10 bowling pins altogether. So those 10 pins make up the whole. So each pin is 1 out of the 10 or 1/10 of the whole.
Well, thank you, Harry. Let's get back to the bowling. And here we have Matthew Ryder, one of Fab's very skillful players. Just look at that technique.
Yes, but if I could just stop you there, Sue. Matthew has knocked down 3 pins, but that leaves 7 pins still standing. That's 7 out of the 10, or 7/10 of the total.
Look, Harry, do you think we could just talk about bowling techniques or the team?
Okay, Sue. Next coming up is Carly Francis. Now look how skillfully she curves the ball down the alley. But what I find really interesting is that Carly has knocked down 5 pins. That leaves 5 pins left standing. That's 5 out of the 10, or 5/10 of the total.
Harry.
Susie.
Harry.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but Harry, 5/10 is exactly the same as a half. Yes?
No.
Oh, well, in that case, back to the bowling. Next bowler coming up is Kane Holborn, one of Fab's top scorers.
Kane has just scored an amazing 8, and he...
Leaving 2 pins left standing. That's 2 out of the 10, or 2/10.
I've had enough of 10s.
Well, what do you expect from 10-pin bowling? If it was 6-pin bowling, then we'd be talking 6ths. If it was 12-pin bowling, we'd be talking 12ths. Mind you, if it was 2-pin bowling, we'd be talking a halves then.
Well, fortunately, that's all we've got time for this week. So until next time, goodbye.
15-pin bowling, we'd be talking 15ths. It's not 10-pin bowling, so we're talking tenths.
Now, Maths Man, say I wanted to buy you a birthday present, but I just couldn't decide what to buy you, so I was going to give you some money instead.
£20? Thank you.
Alas, you can't have all the £20. You can have 3/10 of it. But first you have to work out what 3/10 of 20 actually is.
Thanks. Well, it's, help, Your Holiness.
As it's your birthday, I will help you. First, let's turn the 20 into something that will make it a little easier. 21-pound coins. Now, the best way of finding 3/10 of something is to find 1/10 first. Watch. Let's split or divide our coins into 10 equal parts. There. Now you can see exactly what 1/10 of 20 is.
Dancing denominators. 1/10 of 20 is 2, 2/10 of 20 are 4, and 3/10 of 20 are 6. So my birthday present is £6? Yes!
Correct. Now don't spend it all at once.
Wait a minute, Your Holiness. To find 1/10, I could have split the £20 into equal groups, like this.
Very good, Maths Man.
And just a sec, to find 1/10 of a number is the same as dividing that number by 10.
You've got it. So, how do you think you find 1/5 of a number?
You divide the number by 5?
Spot on. Here, have a go at this. 1/5 of 40.
1/5 of 40. That's 40 divided by 5, and 40 divided by 5 equals 8. So 1/5 of 40 is 8.
Oh, full marks. You learn fast, Maths Man. Now we need... Oh, dear. Excuse me a second. Yes, what? The diddler? Where on earth is he? On earth? Children? Garden? Pond? Wellies? Oh. That diddling, dastardly diddler is up to his diddliest diddles again. Those children need a superhero. Quick!
I'm on me way.
Okay, the guys and pond is going here, so we better mark out the area before Dad gets back. He's put the measurements on the plan. But we better get our wellies on first. Race you! Right, how long should the hole be? 2 metres, 80 centimetres long and 2 4/10 metre wide? 2 4/10 of a metre wide? I understand the 2 metres, but 4/10 of a metre? How do we work that out? Well, what we need is a different ruler. No, what we need is Maths Man! Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
No, it's Maths Man. Ready to build and split whole numbers into parts of numbers other superheroes cannot reach. Greetings, Earth children. What seems to be the problem?
We need to measure out the area for our pond, but one of the measurements is in fractions. Look, 2 4/10 metres.
Oh, right. Well, the 2 metres is easy. It's the 4/10 we need to work out. I think we need to take a closer look at our metre ruler. We need to find 4/10 of this metre, so let's start by splitting our ruler into 10 equal parts, each part being 1/10 of a metre. Now, we know there are 100 centimetres in a metre, so 1/10 of a metre is the same as 10 centimetres, so 2/10 of a metre is the same as 20 centimetres, so 3/10 is
30 centimetres.
so 4/10 of a metre is the same as
40 centimetres.
so 2 4/10 of a metre is the same as
2 metres 40 centimetres. Hooray! Thanks, Maths Man. Now we can finish measuring out the area for the pond.
no problem. And remember, when you don't understand and you need a hand, who you gonna call?
Maths Man!
Up, Inouye! How did I do, Your Holiness?
Congratulations, Maths Man. You have now passed the 5th and 10th part of your fraction training. You learn fast, Maths Man. Now go and prepare for our next meeting. Excuse me? Yes, you out there? Where are you going? Before we meet again, I have a question. If I were to ask you which is the bigger fraction, 1/5 or 1/10, you'd know the answer. So does that mean the bigger the bottom number, the bigger the fraction? Until next time, let the fraction force be with you. Bye.